Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that touches each of us deeply yet is often overlooked in our quest for connection and authenticity. It's the idea of vulnerability and the importance of knowing what to keep close to our hearts. In a world where sharing is often celebrated, I believe there are three sacred things we should think twice about before revealing to others. First and foremost, let's talk about our fears. We all have them, those nagging doubts and anxieties that can consume us if we let them. While it can be tempting to share these fears with others in an effort to seek support or validation, we must be careful. Our deepest fears can make us feel vulnerable in ways that might not be healthy for us. When we share our fears with those who may not understand, we risk feeling even more isolated. Instead, consider finding a trusted confidant or a professional who can help you navigate those feelings without judgment. Protecting your fears is essential for building your resilience. Next, let's reflect on our personal journeys of healing. We all go through difficult times, whether they are related to relationships, health, or personal struggles. While sharing your story can be cathartic, it's crucial to recognize that not everyone is equipped to handle the weight of our experiences. Some people may not understand your journey, and sharing it too broadly can lead to misunderstanding or even unwarranted advice that might hinder your progress. Choose wisely who you share your healing journey with. The right audience can provide support and empathy, while the wrong audience may leave you feeling exposed and misunderstood. Finally, let's consider our dreams and aspirations. There's a power in dreaming big and envisioning the life we want to create. However, it's important to protect these visions, especially in their early stages. Not everyone will believe in your dreams, and sharing them with those who may not support you can lead to doubt and insecurity. Instead, surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, who encourage you to pursue your passions without hesitation. Hold your dreams close until you are ready to share them with those who can help you cultivate them. Fear is a universal experience, something we all grapple with at various points in our lives. Yet, the nature of fear can often be isolating, leading us to believe that we are alone in our struggles. We may feel pressured to wear a brave face, to pretend that everything is fine, but beneath that facade often lies a torrent of self-doubt and anxiety. When we expose our deepest fears, we risk revealing parts of ourselves that we might not be ready to share. Imagine a fear that keeps you up at night, the kind that gnaws at you when you're alone with your thoughts. It might be the fear of failure, the fear of being unlovable, or perhaps the fear of not being enough. These fears can feel like a heavy weight on our shoulders, and sharing them can sometimes amplify their intensity. When we speak these fears out loud, we can invite others to project their opinions and judgments onto them, which can lead to further self-doubt. While it's important to acknowledge our fears, we must also be discerning about who we let into that space. Vulnerability is a powerful tool for connection, but sharing our deepest fears with the wrong person can leave us feeling exposed and vulnerable in ways that may not be helpful. Not everyone has the capacity to hold space for our fears with the empathy and understanding they deserve. Instead of seeking validation from those who might not understand, it's often more beneficial to seek support from those who can provide a safe and nurturing environment, friends who have walked similar paths, or professionals trained to help navigate these turbulent waters. Moreover, there's strength in recognizing that some fears are best processed in solitude or in the company of trusted confidants. By taking the time to understand our fears, we can begin to unravel the stories we tell ourselves about them. Often, the fear of judgment, rejection, or inadequacy can be rooted in past experiences that don't reflect our present reality. In moments of introspection, we can challenge those fears, dissecting their origins and recognizing that they do not define us. It's also vital to remember that fear can be a catalyst for growth. Embracing our fears rather than shying away from them can lead to profound transformation. When we confront what scares us, we take the first steps toward reclaiming our power. It's in those moments of confrontation that we often discover our resilience and capacity to rise above what once held us back. So, as you navigate the complex landscape of your fears, approach them with curiosity rather than shame. Take time to reflect on what they mean to you and be mindful of whom you choose to share them with. By protecting this inner sanctum, you honor your journey and create the space necessary for healing and growth. Remember, it's okay to keep some fears close to your heart, allowing them to be your teachers rather than your tormentors. Ultimately, it's about finding the balance between vulnerability and self-preservation, fostering an environment where you can explore your fears without fear of judgment. Fear is a powerful emotion deeply woven into the fabric of our lives. Each of us carries a unique set of fears, often hidden beneath layers of bravado or pretense. We may walk through our days with smiles on our faces, yet within us lies a tumult of apprehensions and insecurities that can feel overwhelming. These fears can manifest in various forms: the fear of failure that haunts our ambitions, the fear of being unworthy that keeps us from fully embracing love, or the fear of the unknown that paralyzes our decision making. When we think about sharing these fears, we must tread carefully. There is a profound difference between being vulnerable and feeling exposed. Vulnerability is about choosing to share our authentic selves with those who will honor and hold that space with care. In contrast, exposing our fears to the wrong people can lead to misunderstanding and judgment, making our burdens heavier rather than lighter. It's important to be selective about whom we trust with our fears, recognizing that not everyone is equipped to respond with empathy and understanding. Consider how we often feel compelled to hide our fears, believing that doing so makes us stronger. Yet, in reality, this only perpetuates our sense of isolation. The stories we tell ourselves, those internal narratives that insist we are alone in our struggles, can be incredibly damaging. We may convince ourselves that if we reveal our fears, we will be seen as weak or flawed. This belief can keep us locked in a cycle of silence, allowing our fears to grow unchecked and unchecked. But fear, while daunting, can also be a teacher. When we acknowledge our fears instead of avoiding them, we open the door to understanding and growth. Acknowledgement is the first step in disarming fear's hold over us. By facing our fears, we can begin to untangle the narratives that accompany them. We might realize that the fear of failure is often rooted in past experiences, and those experiences do not have to dictate our future. Understanding the source of our fears can empower us to confront them with clarity rather than allow them to control us. Moreover, fear can serve as a catalyst for change. It can propel us to take action, to push beyond our comfort zones, and to strive for what we truly want in life. When we allow ourselves to feel fear but do not let it paralyze us, we discover our resilience. We learn that fear is not the enemy, rather, it's a natural part of the human experience. So, as we navigate the complexities of our fears, let's commit to a more compassionate relationship with ourselves. Let's honor our fears as valid emotions that deserve recognition, but also understand that they do not define us. Embracing our fears can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our aspirations. In choosing to share our fears with those who can hold that space, we allow ourselves to connect more authentically with others. By protecting our deepest fears, we foster an environment of self-awareness and healing. It's a journey that requires patience and courage, but ultimately it can lead us to a more empowered existence. Remember, it's perfectly okay to keep some fears close to your heart, allowing them to guide you on your path to growth without letting them dictate your worth or potential. In doing so, we can transform our relationship with fear, turning it from a source of paralysis into a source of strength. Fear is an emotion that lives deep within each of us, often lurking in the shadows, waiting for the moments when we least expect it. It's that nagging voice in our heads that whispers doubts about our worth, our abilities, and our place in the world. Each of us carries fears that are deeply personal, shaped by our experiences and insecurities. We may fear failure, rejection, or the feeling of not being enough. These fears can become so ingrained that they begin to define us, influencing our choices and holding us back from fully engaging with life. In our quest for connection and authenticity, we sometimes feel compelled to share these fears with others, believing that vulnerability will foster understanding and support. However, it's crucial to recognize that not everyone is prepared to receive our fears with the compassion and empathy they deserve. Sharing our deepest fears requires discernment and wisdom. We must choose our audience carefully. When we reveal our vulnerabilities to someone who may not appreciate their significance, we run the risk of feeling exposed and invalidated, which can deepen our sense of isolation rather than alleviate it. Moreover, fears often thrive in the dark, and bringing them into the light can be a daunting task. When we acknowledge our fears, we confront the narratives that have long dictated our lives. It's essential to ask ourselves, what stories are we telling ourselves about our fears? Often these stories are rooted in past experiences that may not reflect our current reality. By examining these narratives, we can begin to unravel the hold our fears have over us. Recognizing that these fears do not define who we are can be incredibly liberating. Fear can also create a sense of paralysis, preventing us from pursuing our goals and dreams. We may find ourselves stuck in a cycle of what-ifs, imagining the worst-case scenarios that may never come to pass. This mental spiral can stifle our growth and keep us from taking risks that are essential for our development. It's in these moments of doubt that we must remind ourselves of our inherent strength and resilience. By facing our fears head-on, we can begin to shift the narrative from one of defeat to one of empowerment. While it's important to honor our fears, we should also recognize that they do not have to control our lives. Embracing our fears means acknowledging their presence while refusing to let them dictate our actions. It's about finding the courage to step outside our comfort zones despite the fear that may accompany us. In doing so, we allow ourselves to grow and expand beyond the limitations that fear tries to impose. In navigating our fears, self-compassion is key. Instead of berating ourselves for feeling fear, we can approach it with kindness and understanding. It's okay to be afraid, it's part of being human. Allowing ourselves to feel fear without judgment opens up the possibility for healing and growth. We can learn to sit with our fears, to understand their origins, and to reassure ourselves that we are not alone in this experience. Ultimately, the journey with our deepest fears is one of self-discovery. By protecting and honoring these fears, we create a safe space for introspection and growth. It allows us to understand our vulnerabilities while also recognizing our strengths. As we continue to explore our relationship with fear, we empower ourselves to live more authentically and courageously. Remember, fear is not the enemy, rather, it can be a guide pointing us toward areas in our lives that need attention, compassion, and ultimately healing. In embracing our fears, we can transform them from sources of anxiety into stepping stones for personal growth and connection. Each of us embarks on a personal journey of healing, a path that is as unique as our individual experiences. This journey often begins with a recognition of the wounds we carry, whether they stem from past relationships, trauma, loss, or simply the challenges of everyday life. Acknowledging these wounds can be a daunting task. It requires us to confront emotions we may have tucked away, believing that ignoring them would make them less painful. Yet, the reality is that these emotions do not simply vanish, they linger, often surfacing at the most inconvenient times, influencing our behaviors and relationships in ways we may not fully understand. As we begin to navigate our healing journey, it's essential to create a safe space for ourselves, one where we can explore our feelings without fear of judgment. This process often involves vulnerability, as we must be willing to examine our past and the impact it has on our present. It's easy to feel isolated during this phase, to believe that no one else truly understands the depths of our pain. But it's crucial to remember that healing is not a solitary endeavor, it thrives in connection and community. In seeking connection, we may find ourselves drawn to others who have walked similar paths. Sharing our experiences with those who resonate with our struggles can provide a sense of validation and support. However, it's important to be discerning about whom we invite into this intimate space. Not everyone will have the capacity to hold our stories with the care and respect they deserve. The right connections can foster a sense of belonging, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Throughout this journey, we must also cultivate patience with ourselves. Healing is not linear, it ebbs and flows like the tides. Some days will feel like a significant step forward, while others may feel like we're moving backward. This fluctuation can be frustrating, but it's vital to embrace the journey for what it is, a process filled with ups and downs. Allowing ourselves to feel the full spectrum of emotions is part of healing. It's in those moments of discomfort that we often uncover the deepest insights about ourselves. Moreover, self-compassion plays a critical role in healing. Instead of criticizing ourselves for feeling hurt or for how long the healing process takes, we can choose to treat ourselves with kindness. We can acknowledge that it's okay to struggle, and that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether it's through therapy, support groups, or simply talking with friends, reaching out for support can be a transformative step in our healing journey. As we continue on this path, we may discover that healing is not just about mending wounds, but also about redefining who we are. Each experience, painful as it may be, can serve as a catalyst for growth and transformation. We can learn to integrate our past into our present, allowing it to inform our choices without allowing it to dictate our future. Embracing our stories, including the painful chapters, enables us to move forward with a sense of purpose and resilience. In the process of healing, we also come to understand the importance of gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive to be grateful for our struggles, recognizing the lessons learned and the strength gained can shift our perspective. Gratitude allows us to appreciate the journey and the resilience we've built along the way. It fosters a sense of hope, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, there is potential for growth and renewal. Ultimately, our personal journey of healing is a testament to our strength and courage. By embracing our wounds, fostering connections, and cultivating self-compassion, we create a fertile ground for healing and growth. This journey is not just about moving past our pain, but about transforming it into a source of strength that shapes who we are and who we aspire to be. As we navigate this path, let's remember to honor our experiences, lean into vulnerability, and celebrate the progress we make, no matter how small. In doing so, we open ourselves to a life rich with possibility, connection, and authenticity. Embarking on a personal journey of healing is one of the most profound and transformative experiences we can undertake. It is a process that invites us to dive deep into the intricacies of our emotions, our past, and the stories we tell ourselves. Healing is not merely about overcoming pain, it is about learning to live with it, to understand it, and to allow it to guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves. Often, this journey begins in the wake of a significant event, be it trauma, loss, or a moment of profound change that shakes us to our core and forces us to confront the parts of ourselves we may have long hidden away. As we start this journey, we may initially feel a mix of hope and trepidation. There is a longing for relief and a desire to move forward, but there is also the daunting task of facing the emotions we have tried so hard to suppress. It's crucial to acknowledge that this journey is deeply personal and nonlinear. There will be days of progress and days that feel stagnant. Healing is not a race, it is a process, and each step we take is significant, no matter how small it may seem. In the early stages of healing, we often grapple with the impulse to isolate ourselves. Pain can feel incredibly personal, and the fear of being misunderstood can lead us to retreat into ourselves. However, it is essential to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but rather a strength. Sharing our experiences with trusted friends or support groups can create a powerful sense of community. When we open up about our struggles, we often discover that we are not alone in our feelings. Many others have walked similar paths, and their stories can resonate with ours, offering solace and understanding. The process of healing requires us to confront our emotions honestly. This means allowing ourselves to feel the full spectrum of emotions, including sadness, anger, fear, and even joy. Each emotion has its place in the healing process. Suppressing these feelings only prolongs our pain. Acknowledging them allows us to process and move through them. It's important to create space for these emotions, to sit with them, and to understand their messages. This can be uncomfortable, but discomfort is often a precursor to growth. As we continue to navigate our healing journey, self-compassion becomes a vital tool. It is all too easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism, to judge ourselves harshly for not being over our pain or for taking too long to heal. Yet healing is not something to rush, it requires patience and kindness. We must learn to treat ourselves with the same compassion we would offer to a friend in a similar situation. Acknowledging that it is okay to struggle, to feel lost, or to have setbacks is part of honoring our journey. Through this journey, we may also begin to discover our strengths. Pain often acts as a catalyst for resilience. We may find within ourselves a depth of courage and determination that we never knew existed. Each step forward, no matter how small, builds our capacity to face life's challenges. We learn that our experiences do not define us, rather, they inform who we are becoming. It's through this lens that we can start to see our wounds as sources of wisdom rather than marks of shame. As we heal, it becomes important to redefine our relationship with our past. Instead of allowing our experiences to limit us, we can choose to let them empower us. The stories we tell ourselves about our struggles can shift from narratives of victimhood to narratives of survival and growth. We learn to integrate our past into our present, using it as a foundation for our future, rather than a weight that holds us down. Ultimately, the journey of healing is a continuous one, a path that invites us to embrace change and uncertainty. As we move forward, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves, our values, and our desires. We learn to set boundaries, to prioritize our well-being, and to choose the connections that nurture us. Each moment of reflection, each conversation, and each act of kindness toward ourselves adds richness to our lives. In embracing our personal journey of healing, we create space for authenticity, connection, and growth. We learn that healing is not about erasing our pain, but about integrating it into the beautiful tapestry of our lives. By honoring our journey, we become more attuned to the complexities of the human experience and can walk alongside others on their paths with empathy and understanding. Through this shared experience, we forge deeper connections and contribute to a community that values authenticity, resilience, and the power of vulnerability. Embarking on a personal journey of healing is often a deeply transformative and at times daunting experience. It is a path that invites us to confront our vulnerabilities, to acknowledge our wounds, and to learn how to carry them without allowing them to define us. The journey begins when we recognize that something within us needs attention, a hurt, a loss, or an unresolved trauma that has been tucked away. This realization can be both a catalyst for change and a source of fear as we navigate the unknown terrain of our emotions. In the early stages of healing, we may feel overwhelmed by a multitude of feelings. Pain, sadness, and anxiety can surface, often unexpectedly, reminding us of the experiences we've tried to bury. It's essential to understand that this emotional turmoil is a natural part of the process. We may feel a strong urge to retreat into ourselves, fearing that sharing our struggles will make us vulnerable or expose us to judgment. Yet true healing often begins when we allow ourselves to be seen and heard. Sharing our stories with trusted friends or support groups can create a sense of belonging and connection, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. As we navigate our healing journey, we encounter moments of both progress and setback. Healing is rarely a straight path that often resembles a winding road with unexpected turns. Some days we may feel empowered and hopeful, while on others we might feel stuck or overwhelmed. It's vital to approach ourselves with compassion during these times, recognizing that healing is not a race. Each step we take, no matter how small, contributes to our growth. We must allow ourselves to experience the full range of emotions without judgment, giving ourselves permission to feel sadness, anger, or frustration without shame. Self-compassion plays a crucial role in this process. It's easy to be our own harshest critic, especially when we believe we should be over our pain by now. Yet healing takes time, and it's essential to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer to a dear friend facing similar struggles. This means acknowledging our pain without belittling it, allowing ourselves the grace to heal at our own pace. When we embrace self-compassion, we create an environment where we can explore our feelings and experiences without the weight of guilt or shame. Throughout this journey, we may also discover newfound strengths within ourselves. Adversity often reveals resilience we didn't know we had. Each time we confront our fears or allow ourselves to feel pain, we are building our capacity to withstand future challenges. We learn that while our wounds are part of our story, they do not define who we are. Instead, they can serve as a source of wisdom, guiding us as we move forward. This process of transformation can be empowering, reminding us that we have the ability to shape our narratives. As we continue to heal, we find that redefining our relationship with our past is essential. Instead of viewing our experiences as burdens, we can learn to see them as integral parts of our journey. The stories we tell ourselves about our struggles can shift from narratives of victimhood to tales of survival and strength. By integrating our past into our present, we can use our experiences as stepping stones toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. In this ongoing journey, it's also important to cultivate gratitude. It may feel counterintuitive to express gratitude for pain, but acknowledging the lessons learned can shift our perspective. Each challenge we face offers an opportunity for growth, teaching us about our limits and our capacity for resilience. By embracing gratitude, we create space for hope and positivity to flourish, allowing us to see beyond our immediate struggles. Ultimately, the journey of healing is about reclaiming our narrative and embracing our authentic selves. As we move through this process, we learn to prioritize our well-being and establish boundaries that nurture our growth. We begin to recognize the connections that uplift us and those that drain our energy. Each reflection, conversation, and act of self-kindness enriches our lives and deepens our understanding of ourselves. Through honoring our personal journey of healing, we create an opportunity for connection, authenticity, and resilience. We come to realize that healing is not about erasing our pain, but about integrating it into the beautiful tapestry of our lives. By acknowledging our struggles and celebrating our progress, we foster an environment where vulnerability is valued and healing is possible. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also pave the way for deeper connections with others, building a community that thrives on empathy, understanding, and shared experiences. Aspirations and dreams are the beacons that guide us through life, illuminating the paths we wish to take and the person we strive to become. They are often born from our deepest desires and reflect our values, passions, and the legacy we hope to leave behind. Yet, pursuing these dreams can be daunting. It requires us to confront our fears, step outside our comfort zones, and embrace vulnerability. The journey toward our aspirations often begins with a spark, a moment of inspiration that ignites the flame of possibility within us. This spark can come from various sources of personal experience, a role model, or even a quiet moment of reflection that nudges us to consider what truly matters to us. However, as we venture down the path of pursuing our dreams, we may encounter obstacles that challenge our resolve. Doubt can creep in, whispering insidious thoughts that we aren't capable, worthy, or deserving of our aspirations. It's in these moments that we must confront the narratives we've internalized. Too often, we allow the opinions of others or societal expectations to dictate our self-worth. We may find ourselves comparing our journeys to those of others, leading to feelings of inadequacy and discouragement. Yet, it's important to remember that our aspirations are deeply personal. They are not meant to be measured against someone else's journey, but embraced for the unique potential they hold in our lives. To cultivate our aspirations, we must cultivate a sense of self-awareness. This means taking the time to reflect on what truly resonates with us, what ignites our passion, and what values we want to uphold. It's essential to carve out space for introspection and to ask ourselves the difficult questions: what do I want to achieve? What kind of life do I envision for myself? By engaging in this reflective process, we can begin to clarify our goals and align our actions with our true desires. As we embark on this journey, it's vital to surround ourselves with supportive individuals who uplift and encourage us. The people we choose to share our dreams with can significantly impact our ability to pursue them. Finding a community that understands and believes in our aspirations can provide the encouragement we need to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. These connections remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that it's okay to seek support when we need it. Embracing our aspirations also means embracing the potential for failure. We often fear failure as a reflection of our worth or capability, but in reality, failure is an inherent part of growth. Each setback offers valuable lessons that can inform our future endeavors. When we reframe failure as an opportunity for learning rather than a definitive endpoint, we allow ourselves the freedom to take risks and to pursue our dreams wholeheartedly. This shift in perspective can be liberating, freeing us from the paralysis of perfectionism and enabling us to take bold steps forward. Moreover, as we strive to achieve our dreams, it's essential to practice self-compassion. The journey toward our aspirations will be filled with highs and lows, and it's crucial to be gentle with ourselves along the way. We may encounter moments of self-doubt or face setbacks that feel insurmountable, but extending kindness to ourselves during these times can make all the difference. Recognizing that it's okay to feel lost or overwhelmed allows us to approach our dreams with a sense of grace and understanding. As we progress on this journey, we may find that our aspirations evolve. What we once envisioned for ourselves might shift as we gain new experiences, insights, and perspectives. This evolution is not a sign of failure, rather, it's a reflection of our growth. Being open to change and allowing our dreams to adapt to our changing selves is a crucial aspect of the healing process. It's an opportunity to reevaluate our goals and align them with our current values and aspirations. Ultimately, our aspirations and dreams are invitations to step into our authentic selves. They challenge us to push beyond our perceived limitations and to embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. By nurturing our dreams with intention, self-compassion, and resilience, we create a life that reflects our true selves. This journey is about more than just achieving specific goals, it's about the person we become in the process. In pursuing our aspirations, we cultivate a deeper connection to our purpose and to those around us. We inspire others through our courage to dream and our commitment to growth. By honoring our aspirations and embracing the journey, we open ourselves to a life rich with meaning, connection, and fulfillment. And as we navigate this path, we come to realize that the pursuit of our dreams is not merely a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery, growth, and authenticity. Your aspirations and dreams are more than mere goals. They are the essence of who you are and the vision of who you strive to become. They are the heartbeat of your existence, pulsing with possibility and potential. However, the pursuit of these dreams is often fraught with challenges and self-doubt, making the journey as complex as it is rewarding. Understanding this journey requires a willingness to engage deeply with ourselves, our desires, fears, and the stories we tell about our worth. Every aspiration begins with a spark, a moment of inspiration that nudges us to consider what is possible. It could be a dream to start a business, write a book, or create art. Yet, as we begin to articulate these dreams, we can encounter a cacophony of voices, both external and internal, that question our capabilities and worthiness. The fear of inadequacy can be paralyzing, creating a barrier that feels insurmountable. In these moments, it's essential to recognize that feeling fear does not mean we lack the courage to pursue our aspirations. Rather, it's a natural part of stepping into the unknown, a testament to our desire for growth. The journey toward our dreams often requires us to challenge the narratives that have shaped our self-perception. We might have internalized messages from childhood or society that suggest our dreams are unrealistic or unattainable. These beliefs can become deeply ingrained, influencing our choices and stifling our potential. Acknowledging these narratives is the first step toward reframing them. Instead of viewing our dreams through the lens of fear and doubt, we can choose to see them as opportunities for exploration and growth. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, enabling us to pursue our passions with renewed vigor. As we embark on this journey, it's vital to cultivate self-awareness. Taking the time to reflect on what truly matters to us allows us to align our aspirations with our core values. It's not uncommon to feel pressure to chase dreams that are deemed successful by societal standards, but true fulfillment often comes from pursuing what resonates with us personally. Engaging in self-reflection helps us to discern our genuine desires from those imposed upon us by external influences. Alongside self-awareness, surrounding ourselves with a supportive community can significantly impact our ability to pursue our dreams. Sharing our aspirations with others who uplift and encourage us creates a powerful network of support. These connections remind us that we are not alone in our struggles and that it's okay to seek help when we need it. Vulnerability and sharing our dreams can strengthen our bonds with others, fostering an environment where everyone feels empowered to pursue their passions. However, the path to realizing our dreams is rarely straightforward. It is often filled with setbacks and obstacles that can test our resolve. In these moments, it's essential to embrace resilience, the ability to bounce back from challenges. Each setback provides an opportunity for learning and growth, teaching us invaluable lessons that shape our character and deepen our understanding of our aspirations. Reframing failure as a part of the journey rather than an endpoint allows us to maintain momentum, even in the face of adversity. Practicing self-compassion is also crucial as we navigate this journey. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism, especially when we perceive ourselves as falling short of our aspirations. Yet, it's important to extend the same kindness to ourselves that we would offer a friend in a similar situation, acknowledging that it's okay to struggle, to feel lost, or to take a detour as part of honoring our human experience. Self-compassion creates an inner sanctuary where we can process our feelings without the added burden of judgment. As we pursue our dreams, we may also find that our aspirations evolve over time. Life experiences shape our desires and reveal new passions we may not have previously considered. This evolution is a natural part of growth, and it's essential to remain open to the possibility that our dreams may change. Embracing this fluidity allows us to pursue new opportunities and reimagine our paths, aligning them more closely with our current values and aspirations. Ultimately, our aspirations and dreams are an invitation to step into our authentic selves. They challenge us to envision the life we truly want and to take bold steps toward making that vision a reality. By nurturing our dreams with intention, resilience, and self-compassion, we create a life that reflects our true essence. This journey is about more than just reaching specific goals, it's about the person we become in the process. In pursuing our aspirations, we cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and connection with ourselves and others. We inspire those around us to pursue their dreams as well, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and authenticity. As we honor our aspirations and embrace the journey, we find ourselves on a path rich with meaning, connection, and fulfillment. We come to understand that the pursuit of our dreams is not merely a destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth, leading us toward a life that is not only successful by external standards, but profoundly fulfilling on a personal level. Your aspirations and dreams are the vibrant threads that weave through the tapestry of your life, shaping your identity and guiding your choices. They represent not only what you hope to achieve, but also the essence of who you are at your core. Yet, pursuing these dreams often brings with it a mix of excitement and trepidation. There's a unique vulnerability in daring to aspire for something greater than ourselves, and it requires us to confront the fears and doubts that inevitably arise along the way. The pursuit of our dreams is not without its setbacks. Challenges and obstacles can arise, testing our resolve and commitment. It's essential to approach these hurdles with a mindset of resilience. Each setback is an opportunity to learn and grow, a chance to reevaluate our strategies and recommit to our aspirations. Embracing failure as part of the journey allows us to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our goals. We learn that failure does not define us. Instead, it can serve as a stepping stone toward future success. Throughout this process, self-compassion is paramount. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism, especially when we perceive ourselves as not measuring up to our aspirations. Practicing kindness toward ourselves during moments of struggle is vital. We must recognize that it's okay to feel vulnerable, to have setbacks, or to need time to figure things out. Treating ourselves with compassion fosters an environment where we can explore our feelings and experiences without judgment. As we journey toward our aspirations, we may also find that our dreams evolve over time. Life experiences can shift our perspectives, revealing new passions and interests. This evolution is a natural part of the human experience, and it's important to remain open to the possibility that our goals may change. Embracing this fluidity allows us to adapt and grow, ensuring that our aspirations remain aligned with who we are at that moment in time. Ultimately, pursuing your aspirations and dreams is a profound act of self-discovery. It invites you to explore the depths of your potential and confront the barriers that may stand in your way. This journey is not solely about achieving specific outcomes, it's about becoming the person you are meant to be. By nurturing your dreams with intention and resilience, you create a life that reflects your true self. In embracing your aspirations, you not only enrich your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. Your journey can serve as a beacon of hope for those around you, encouraging them to pursue their dreams with courage and authenticity. As you honor your aspirations and navigate the challenges along the way, you cultivate a life that is rich with meaning, connection, and fulfillment. You come to understand that the pursuit of your dreams is not just a destination, it's a lifelong journey of growth, self exploration, and profound transformation.